Ever since I can remember, a monster has hidden in my room. When I was young, I'd cry to my mum as she put me to bed and beg her to let me sleep on the couch or in her bed. "Hush," she said, sweeping back my hair and staring down at me with her intense green eyes. "You just have an active imagination. Sleep." Despite myself, I would sleep. At least for a few hours. Then my eyes would fly open, and there it was. A haggard-looking figure, an old woman my mind settled on early, staring down at me from the shadows. I couldn't move, I couldn't scream. All I could do was wait for the sun to come up or for my eyes to fall close again. As I got older, I learned that what I had was sleep paralysis and a relatively common phenomena. Here in the West, we often see a demon or witch. Islamic countries may describe their visitors as a jinn. Other cultures connect sleep paralysis with visiting ghosts of departed loved ones. The universal consensus, however, is that your brain is playing tricks on you. Simply a half-waking nightmare with the added bonus of hallucinations. This additional knowledge didn't make it any less terrifying. When I was 16, we moved across the country to realize Mum's dream of running a homestead. This new home was huge but cold, with exposed brick walls and concrete floors. I was allowed to decorate my room as I wanted to and settled on splayed rags and hanging macrame. I like to think of myself as a bit of a hippie, even if I was afraid to get my hands dirty. The rest of the room consisted of my bed, desk, dresser, and a rocking chair my mum salvaged from the local tip. Bare and cheap, but very much mine. The figure appeared on the first night. It always started the same way, a tingling in my fingers and toes, a heavy weight on my chest, and then I would look into a corner and she would be there. Breathing slow but deeply, I could see her chest rise and fall. I could hear her vibrating throat. I couldn't see her face under the mountain of stringy hair, and for that I was grateful. Sleep paralysis stayed with me through university, a house with roommates, and then when I finally got my own shitty studio apartment, the layout was surprisingly similar to my room and the homestead. And I kind of loved it, a reminiscence of sort. Then came the night I stayed over at Carly's house. We met at work, like a lot of good love stories. Me, a receptionist, her a paralegal in tight pencil skirts and rose-red lips. After a few weeks, she asked me out for drinks, and we stumbled back to her house, drunk on cheap shots and high on each other. After a fantastic few hours, we both fell asleep in a tangled heap of sweaty limbs. Then it started. The tingles, the pressure, the all-encompassing sense of dread I squeezed my eyes shut and tried to will it to go away. Not here. Not today. My eyes flew open. A cat. Enough light filtered through the sheer window curtains. I can see it's ginger and large, almost the size of a small dog. And it's hunched down, eyes huge as it stares into the corner. The figure is there. The cat pounces. It's like time stalls. As usual, I can't move, but now the cat is suspended in mid-air, dangling on an invisible string from the ceiling. It would be hilariously absurd if I weren't so fucking terrified. Then the thing moves past the paralyzed cat, over the pile of clothes thrown haphazardly onto the floor. She begins to crawl towards the bed. All the while, I am trapped in my own silent body and scared fucking shitless. She scuttled over Carly, who doesn't even stare. I can hear a rasping voice in this thing's throat. Unnatural and maybe even inhuman. The cat is still frozen. The world is frozen. She's up against me. She reaches up with a decrepit, grey finger and parts her hair. All I see are black holes where eyes, nose, and a mouth should be.
One day,
it says. The voice is a strange metallic twang, seeming to echo and pulse through my head.
you will join us